coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
I give Michael Jordan a task, and he knocks it right out of the park. And yes, give notice to Soup. Oh, wait, who are you referring to, Soup? Do you want me to give notice to you when the show begins? How can I best help you facilitate your job? What support do you need from me to help you do what you need to do? I await a response because this is important. People listen to these recordings. The Thalmor theme player. Okay, so Michael Jordan, keep that in mind. Tell Soup like right before you play the theme. But Michael Jordan, you did a great job. I give you a command and you did it perfectly. First try, no delay. Good job, boy. But before I talk about Michael Jordan and his promotion, I will talk about time and how time is meaningless. It is fake. Time means nothing. So I've been trying to do a thing for a while now, and that is I am trying to watch episodes 15 through 24 of Higurashi Gao or Go or whatever I can't pronounce English. You can't expect me to pronounce Japanese too. But I want to watch this stupid anime because I've already watched most of it, or the majority of it. I finished the visual novels, which Higurashi Go is a sequel to, and I just want to enjoy these characters and this story. But it's an experience. I want my favorite food, my favorite snacks. I want it on a Saturday or a Friday. It's preferably a Friday where I'm not thinking about anything. I was going to watch this shit last week. Wasn't able to. I did it today. I cleaned my house. I did everything I was supposed to do. I was going to go out now. I was going to go out and get a pizza and like some cupcakes. And I was going to spend the next 3 hours chilling. I was going to do my show at 8, but there was a problem. This problem is called, it's Friday night, it's raining, it's dark out. I cannot fucking deal with traffic, and I cannot deal with driving at night in the rain. You put both together, I'm dead. I will die in real life under those conditions. It is an intolerable. I will burn to death in my car in a crash. So I was going to go out at 9, but it was raining. I decided this does not work. So I changed the show to 8 so I could do my shit at 9. I decided to go out early and take care of it. So I moved the show from 8. Then I moved it from 8 to 9, and it's just been trouble. Everett says I am not allowed to die. Thank you, Everett. I appreciate you stepping in to preserve my life. So thank you. So it was frustrating, but I got I got this pizza, right? And this pizza, I want to eat it warm because I only like to eat warm food because I'm normal. And I have a conundrum, which is how do I keep this pizza hot like until I finish the show? That's why I'm going to try to finish the show at 9:45. It might be an hour long anyways, whatever. It'll end when it ends. So my solution to this problem was I'm going to leave it in the box, and then I'm going to put a towel around it, and then I'm going to put it in the microwave. So this picture is going to upload. It's 2 megabytes. Keep it hot by storing it in your mouth and stomach. Probably not a bad idea. David says just warm it in the microwave. That's trash. So this is my pizza. I wrapped it up in a towel with a brownie that I got from the same place. And I put it in the microwave. So now I got this weird blob in the microwave. But hopefully by the time I finish the show, this pizza will still be somewhat warm and I could eat it with the show. So we'll see if this works out. I think it will work out. Zig says keep it in the oven. That's probably a good idea. I will keep that in mind. I will try that in the future. So I wrapped it in a towel, put it in the microwave. My logic is that it's separate from the other air. It's in like a closed vacuum in the microwave, and the towel will further help keep the heat in. So I'm hoping this will work. Maybe it won't, but we'll see. All right, so that's that. Now, what's my next topic? Thalmoria staff changes. So Arctic is dead. Okay, Arctic is gone. I found out about this last week on the show. Arctic has VM'd for a year, and I will miss him. He is still in the Discord. I mean, he talked here like 5 minutes ago. He's still here, but as far as I know, he has stepped away from Thalmoria's staff. There will still be a spot for him here if he decides to come back. And I wish Arctic well. He was a very good assistant. He was a core part of the team, and I appreciate the work he did for me. And in his place, I have promoted Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a Thalmorph, and he's done a great job already. I asked him to play the theme, and he played the theme. So what more could you ask for an assistant? I also plan on promoting Soup to an admin role, like Arctic, Zig, and Shifty has. I have not gone around to that yet. So Soup, I need you to think about a Thalmorized Soup name, like how there's Thalmor Dorlu, or like I think it was Arkmore, like a Thalmorized Soup name. So you be thinking what you want. I will let you pick it out. You just have to think of it. And it can wait. This is not an urgent thing. But I will give you an admin role here shortly because you have also earned it. And so with that in mind, Arctic just sent you a 10-page speech by Teddy Roosevelt. And Teddy Roosevelt is based. So just further proof that Arctic himself was based. And so now I'm going to talk about the Mayweather versus Paul fight. And this is something I have been following the Paul brothers and their boxing quote-unquote career because I don't like the Paul brothers and I really wanted to see them get laid out. Yet for some reason, the Paul brothers are such strong practitioners of the black magic that despite fighting people who should be able to beat them, they keep losing. So I think it was Jake Paul fought Ben Askren, and the ref called it for Paul 40 seconds into the fight because Askren stumbled around a little bit. And then this recent fight, you've had Mayweather, record 50-0, okay? He's earned $1.2 billion across his career. He's one of the greatest boxers to ever live. And, Logan is able to go the full 8 rounds with him. And it's come on. Really? Really? But I had a shit experience watching because the event started at 8. And at 8:15, the stream stopped working. I tried to Chromecast it with my phone. And it wouldn't work. And as it turns out, the Showtime servers, the pay-per-view, they all stopped working. And they stopped working for an hour. So I missed one fight and half of another. I had to I paid $50 for a corporate error message on my phone and my computer. So I haven't asked for a refund yet, but I will soon. And so I had to illegally stream it. And that's what I did. I did a ping here with a link to a stream. And, I watched the fight. And I mean, Logan did well. I got to say, Logan and Jake, they are skilled boxers. I think what carried Logan through the full 8 rounds, though, was the size and height and weight difference. Because Logan is 6 inches taller than Mayweather and 40 pounds heavier. And that's what's carried him through. If they were equal size, I think Mayweather would have knocked him out a couple rounds in. But man, he that height advantage and weight advantage really helped him. So that's that. Minute says that the Paul brothers are the main characters. We're just living in their world. They are so larger than life. I can almost believe that. So that's what that is. I think they're going to keep doing some boxing. I hope one of them gets knocked out really well eventually. So that's what I'm thinking. I think that's it for my internals. I hope you guys liked the dog picture and the kitten pictures. I usually don't feel guilty doing pings. I ping all the time about lots of things. But for some reason, I felt guilty about changing time. So I went ahead and I gave animal pictures. The dog's name, she's a Great Pyrenees, and her name is Daisy. And the kittens, they're both girls, and they're named Erica and Belle, and they are sweetheart. And that picture of the cats was taken like 2 years ago. They are fully grown now. And so I think that's it. I think it's time to end the show. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you next Friday. Nah. I still got some politics and more stuff to go over. And so, in KT's Discord, there was some discussion about this one guy got messaged by Cthulhu, a Guardian member. I think like an old-time Guardian member, like OG Guardian. And the Guardian guy was like, hey, if I beige this guy, Mr. KT member, will you sit on him? And the KT member was like, no. And this was funny to me because in KT's embassy in Guardian, Dr. Rush asked the same thing of me. He was like, hey, if I beige this guy, Thalmor, will you sit on him? And I was like, no, I'm raiding. I don't care about your war. I'm going to do what I want to do. And he was like, oh, that's right. And Horsecock was like, wait a minute. We have an embassy in Guardian and you're in it? And I was like, yeah. And so I went and looked. And let me just post the picture here. So I posted the picture in chat, and I am the only KT member represented in the embassy for Guardian. And this is really funny because number one, KT doesn't really do conventional diplomacy anymore. And number two, I'm not KT Gov. So I'm just in this embassy with a third of Guardian, and we're just chilling. We're just being boys, I guess. And so I thought that was funny. But it's not as funny as the war, in which Hollywood is still winning quite readily. I think Roasis, that's actually a cool coalition name, Roasis. Roasis is apparently, I think, buying up war material. They're probably planning a big comeback, but Hollywood is still ahead in damages, and nothing has really changed over the past 2 weeks. The upper tier is dominated by Hollywood. The lower tier is dominated by Roasis. And nothing's, I believe Hollywood is still ahead by quite a bit of damages. I am having a field day rating Rose's upper tier. I have made hundreds of millions of dollars. Everything is Gucci with me and this war. The Rose people will just sit there with zero military and let me one-ship them and ground battle them and steal tons of cash and resources. And I'm just doing real well. Jane asks, KT is Hollywood puppet officially? I mean, we've done probably tens of billions in dollars in damages to Rose. So, I mean, like, if you want to really stretch and make an argument that we're fighting on Hollywood's side, you could probably make that argument if you really wanted to. But no, we are not a puppet. We are independent. We do what we want, and we have a good time. Speaking of good times, Sweet Ronnie D made a suggestion thread on the forums in which he said, his game suggestion was make spies not contribute to nation score. And do you guys know what the problem with this suggestion is? I will take guesses from people. What's wrong with suggesting that spies don't add to someone's nation score? What's the chink in the armor of this question? Or this suggestion, I should say. The problem with it is that it's already the case. Your spies do not contribute to score. There was a time, because Uncle Thalmor here has been playing this game for far longer than any man should. There was a time in which spies added to your nation score. I believe one spy added 2 score. So if you had if you had the project and you had a full 60 spies, that was 120 score. And this was like in 2015, that was a time in which like the highest nation was like 2,000 score, right? So that was actually quite a bit. I believe spies was removed from adding score in like 2016. So it's been a while. And the suggestion thread eventually devolved into like, well, how do people calculate spy numbers? That's kind of cheating. It's nonsense. And Babei, KT's resident Indian, he is a true hero to the community. He posted exactly how you can deduce someone's spy numbers. But he had formulas. He had like code. Like, Babei is just an absolute hero. And he spilled all his secrets. He let all the information out there. And you should go buy Babei insurance as a thank you. Babei insurance is $150 million. People have bought Babei insurance. Like, this is a real thing he does. If you don't buy Babei insurance, look at what happened with Oasis. Okay, tens of billions of dollars in damages, whereas they could have avoided all of that with just 150 million. 150 million, like you make that in like a couple days. Some of you, that's chump change. Okay, Everett says, "Do I have to buy it if I'm friends?" Probably not, because Babei is a good dude, and you could probably play the friend card with him. So that's where we're at with that. Okay, this next one is probably a bit spicy, but I thought it was really funny, so I'm going to talk about it. So today, listen to me, guys. Listen to me. The 5G has melted my brain, and what I meant to say this month, I ended up saying today. Okay, guys, look, we have to talk about the future of the show, because the 5G is melting my brain. I'm probably going to stop being coherent in a couple months. It is arguable if I'm coherent right now, so I don't know, guys. But anyways, what I do know is Vice posted an interesting image in Tehran. And as we all know today, I go again. I said today, guys, this is a problem. I don't know about this anymore. This month is June, and it's Pride Month. And, Pride Month is like, what's the idea behind Pride Month again? Is it about how, like, and during Pride Month, you should, like, show your pride to show how, like, your neighbors and stuff or LGBT, and like you shouldn't discriminate because you don't know who might be, and we're going to march and show our pride, and we're people to what the idea is. And as part of Pride Month, all the big corporations and the governments upload rainbow variants of like their flags and logos and stuff, right? And this expands to politics and war as well, in which you go through all the alliances, you will show more people, more alliances have like the rainbow variant and stuff, right? Everett says, I believe it's more proof that we should exist in this valley. That could be it. I'm not LGBT. I'm far away from all that stuff, so I wouldn't know, but that makes sense. And yes, the Middle Eastern accounts just does not recognize it, which I think is very silly. So, anyways, politics and war alliances have also been making rainbow variants of their flags, and this even expanded to Discord, where I know Camelot is one. There's some other ones as well, but alliances have also been uploading rainbow variants of their flags. And and Vice uploaded this, but it led to this funny situation where Vice, and he might have manipulated it to be this way, but it could have been organic as well. But it led to the situation where out of all of the alliances, there was one that stuck out. And I posted it there in chat. And so you see all of these pride alliances, and then there's KT in the middle, not doing anything. And he might have stitched together all of them to look like that, but I thought it was funny. And I'm a Christian, I'm conservative, guys, come on, you know how I feel about that stuff. I disagree with that lifestyle. If you're LGBT, that's fine. Look, I don't care. I don't think that lifestyle is good, but look, whatever. It's your choice to make. Everett, you're still the same Everett to me. Nothing has changed, but that it is. KT is showing its pride of being crusader sexual. There you go. We get off on extreme violence. Okay, that's just how it is. We get off when we invade and we don't want to steal all of the resources and blow up all their military. Okay, that's just how it is with us. You need to respect our identity there. And there is actually a LGBT variant of the KT flag. I believe it was Adam who made it. He posted it in his thing in Ron like a week or so ago. I cannot dig it up right now because I'm in the middle of the show and I don't feel like going quiet to do so. But it does exist, and maybe I will show it off next week. So that's what that's about. And so, final call for politics and war. Is there anything else I need to go over about the game or anything else? Because I think that's about it. Because there's nothing going on with the war. Wizzle, I know you're there, Wizzle. What's going on with the war? Is there an epic comeback from Oasis that you're anticipating? Everett says, why does my net keep going help? Please, I don't understand. If your net damage is screaming out the word help, you probably have a lot of problems. Why does your net keep going up? It is supposed to keep going up. That is a good sign, Everett. Everett, you are doing really good. So keep up what you're doing. Wizzle says, doubt it. Wizzle thinks that Oasis is cucked and they're done for. The Wizzle has whipped out his dick on this question. Oh, he's correcting me and says he didn't say that. Well, we all know TKR has their political speak, so I will actually. Wizzle has to be diplomatic because that's how TKR does it. So I will let you know what Wizzle really says, and Wizzle is really saying that Oasis is done for. They are beaten, morale depleted, and Hollywood is on top. Okay. So that's what Wizzle actually meant to say. And he thinks Blackwater is cool, so that's good. All right, so now it's time to be cringe. And I think I made a post in Real Life News about this. And, in the past 6 months, I went from being right-wing to being, oh gosh, my fucking control key keeps messing up. In the past 6 months, I went from being right-wing to being more of an anarchist. And a big influence towards that direction was a writer by the name of Michael Malice. And I recommend you check him out because he's very and also, there's been other things as well. My family has had bad experiences with law enforcement in recent years. There's a lot of motivations for me and my family to not like the government. And, just seeing police abuse has contributed to that. There's been a lot of factors going on, but I'm an anarchist now. I agree. Fuck authority. Fuck any authority that I do not consent to is more it. And towards that end, I want to see the United States fall into anarchy. And there's a whole discussion to be had there, and this is not the time or the place for it. I'm an anarchist. That's how I lean. And I hope to reach the nation, or even a part of the nation, can reach a point in which an anarchist solution is possible. And one thing that I see that makes me hopeful towards that end is that the police and the military seem to be more and more compromised. So let me speak about the police first. The police are becoming, as an institution, increasingly unpopular. The left have always not liked the police. Libertarians have always not liked the police. Conservatives have always been very pro-police. But in the wake of the George Floyd riots and stuff, I think that also dissipated. And now even conservatives are like, wait a minute. These cops don't seem to be that great after all. Which was very surprising to me. And so I don't see it getting any better. I think as the time goes on, I think the police are going to become increasingly unpopular. And this has led to a situation in which people are choosing not to become cops. They're choosing to retire early. And look, without the police, these politicians become powerless. If you have a deficiency in cops, guess what? Those taxes can't be paid, okay? Those ordinances can't be enforced, okay? Those petty crimes can't be enforced. And I think maybe it will lead to a more chaotic situation, but maybe it will also lead to a situation in which there's more freedom. Panky says, do we need a purge world? I don't think the purge is realistic because people tend to not want, your average person tends not to want to commit violence on others. And it's the cops that make places unsafe. Because guess what? In New York City, you can barely get a gun, okay? And if you get a gun, you get arrested. Whereas in New York City, if you had a gun, you could protect yourself. So it's really the cops who make things unsafe. If everyone in Detroit had a gun, I wonder what would happen to shootings. Maybe it would get a lot worse, but maybe it wouldn't. Because maybe there's a civic solution in which you have armed militias going up and down the streets, like enforcing peace. But cops today wouldn't let those militias roam. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid and wrong, but I'm very disillusioned with current affairs, so I'm kind of open to anything. But the police seem to be growing unpopular, and I think the police becoming unpopular will eventually mean you'll have fewer police. Now you combine this with what's happening in the military, which is that it's becoming very woke, you could say, and it's alienating soldiers. It's making people want to leave. I've read many stories online of soldiers leaving because it's all going very woke. And when you end up with a country whose power apparatus is a military full of people who don't want to fight, and doesn't have enough cops who also don't want to fight, I think that makes things very dangerous, but also, the winds of change could probably happen then. So, Scar says, all the cops that are being racist and corrupt, a very small percent, one bad seed poisons all. I used to think that. I think all cops are bad now. But that, I am not here to give an anarchy one-on-one presentation. I'm just talking about how I think the police and the military are being weakened, and I think that's good. And I got a pizza in the microwave wrapped in a towel. I need to discuss why the black flag is based. Maybe sometime I will do that, but I will not. If you want to learn about anarchy, look up Michael. I will type his name. Look him up on YouTube and watch some of his videos, because that's how I got into it. I was, a right-wing guy, and it made me an anarchist. And he is very articulate. He is very calm. He knows the arguments, and he convinced me. Keep an open mind, okay? And this not just about politics, but about everything, guys. Keep an open mind, okay? Because you probably don't know everything. So I'm 23. I became politically aware at 14. My political views have always been changing as I would learn more, as I would have experiences which would cultivate my perspective on things. Always be changing your mind and always be learning new information. Lane Sanders says, if you do discuss anarchy someday, you'll definitely need to be more open style session where viewers can go back and forth with you. Certainly, because the idea of anarchy can be very scary and alienating, and I understand why. And look, anarchy is not a utopia, okay? There is no such thing as an anarchy utopia. The idea is that anarchy would be better than what we have now, which is arbitrary authority. So that's all I'm going to say, because a sixth of the audience has already left. So that's enough cringe. That's enough political cringe from Mr. Thalmor here. I hope the police in the military, especially the police, keep getting weakened so that I think more people can be free. So there you go. And I think that's it. So real life, final call. Is there any real life topics I need to go over that I missed? Did anything happen in the news that I did not talk about? Because I don't think so. But I will ask again. I am not seeing anything in chat. So I'm going to assume nothing has happened. The Leafs lost game 7 again. Good time to shit on them. Well, I don't even think Canada is real. I think once you hit the northern border, I think it all just turns into a big glacier. Canada's probably not even real. So that's how I feel about that. Oh, you mean a team, not like Canada. I thought Leafs was like a slur for Canadians, but you might mean like a specific team about, okay, well, I don't know anything, folks. You guys make a mistake in assuming that I know things, but the reality is I don't know anything. So keep that in mind. So that's how I feel. Massachusetts lobster diver survives being swallowed by a whale. Well, I was completely inside. Well, that's what he said. And that reminds me of the story, and I'm sure Zig can empathize. Reminds me of the biblical story of Jonah and the whale. So that's cool. I think that's it. I think that's it for me. I got a pizza to eat. I got a show to watch. I got soda in the freezer. I need to get out before they freeze and bust. That's it. That's it, guys. Thank you for coming today. I'm sorry that I moved the time around so much. Before I go, who wants Thalmorite or Thalmorph? Who wants their names to become blue or purple? That's not already. Mr. C wants Thalmorph. I see. Yeah, I will give it to Jack and Mr. C. And Lane Sander needs Thalmorph. Okay, there we go. All right, so there you go. Okay, Michael Jordan, it's time for you to play out the theme.
Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thalmor Radio. From the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop.